It's going to be easier to read and create Microsoft 365 Word documents than ever before. We're going to take a look at the accessibility training in Microsoft 365 and note that it's crucial because it ensures documents are usable by everyone. The key reasons to prioritize accessibility in Microsoft Word 365 include inclusivity and compliance. This enables individuals with disabilities to read, edit, and create documents adhering to legal requirements and fostering an inclusive environment. Properly structured documents using heading style, meaningful link text, and alternative text for images allow screen readers and other assistive tools to function correctly. Let's go ahead and begin taking a look at this. Some of the basic accessibility principles is alternative text, alt text. Let's grab an image. As you can see, it's highlighted below. We're going to right click and select View Alt Text. Once we do that, alt text, alternative text pane is going to pop up on the right hand of our screen. And the question is how would you describe this image to somebody who is blind or has low vision or is using a screen reader? Some of the details you want to include are subjects in detail, any kind of setting, any pertinent information. Microsoft suggests 1 to 2 detailed sentences recommended. However, we have something really cool called the Generate Alt Text for Me button below this text box. This button should not take very long, and we're going to take a look at what it does for us. Obviously, you want to review what it's going to do. Below that, there are 2 check boxes, one called Approve Alt Text, and below that is Mark as Decorative. The Approve Alt Text would be when we're doing the built-in accessibility checker. Mark as decorative, this is something that we want to be able to do if something has no meaning, an image has no meaning. For example, a border or a piece of color. We'll take a look at that shortly. Let's begin. After clicking the Generate Alt Text, let's give it a second and take a look at it. You want to make sure you review it. Once you're done, you click out on the X on the top of the screen. Now, let's go back, and there's always another way of checking the accessibility. You go to the Review tab and click on Check Accessibility and click on Alt Text. Once we do that, we'll see that the information that we put in the text box is still in the alt text pane. Go ahead and click Exit Out. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to grab this image and we're going to go to the Check Accessibility section, click on the alt text pane. We're going to do the same thing, click on the Generate Alt Text, and there you have it. Now, let's go ahead and talk about grabbing a picture by going to the Insert tab on the top of the screen. We're going to go to Pictures, and we're going to look at what something is when we mark it as decorative. We're going to insert the picture, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to right click and go to View Alt Text. And we're going to check mark as decorative. Again, this has no description and it's not needed. We want to be able to use headings. Headings are critical for accessibility because they provide structural hierarchy. We're going to go to the Home tab and click on Styles, and we're going to highlight what we want to have as one of our headings. If we click the little drop-down arrow icon in the corner of the screen, we can then organize all our different headings. You'll see a pop-up. There you go, and that's the styles. You want to be able to add specific headings, and we don't want to skip any levels. It's important for screen readers to make sure that we create lists. You want to be able to go ahead and select your text. And when you select your text, you want to go to the paragraph section in the Home tab. You can choose from bullets by going to the top of the paragraph and selecting the drop-down arrow. When to use bullets. It's important to note the difference between a number and steps that must be followed. Instructions for sequence, that's when you want to use numbers. You have multiple bullets to choose from the library and from the numbering library. Let's go ahead and talk about fonts and font styles. Accessible fonts are sans serif, which are recommended. Microsoft now has a default of Apatos. We're going to go ahead and change it to Arial or Calibri. You can go ahead and go to the Home tab in the Font section, and you can choose Arial. You can also do this in several different ways by, again, grabbing the text, all by clicking Control A and selecting Arial for all of the text. Miranda, Tahoma, Helvetica, Segio UI, these are all acceptable fonts. If you have any questions, you can also go to standards. You want to make sure that your fonts have a particular point size to them. Let's go ahead and choose 12. 11 or 12 are acceptable. Remember, use clear, readable fonts. Avoid overly decorative styles and use larger fonts for readability. Color contrasts and hex colors. Hex color codes are critical for accessibility because they define precise color values used to calculate contrast ratios against the Web Content Accessibility Guideline standards. Ensuring text is legible for users with low vision. They allow designers to verify the text and the background combinations are distinct enough for people with color blindness or visual impairments. Let's talk about finding hex colors. As you can see, we have a color already in heading 1. You can find your font color in several different ways. You can right click it, highlight it, and right click the text. Or we can go up to the Home tab in the font color and we choose more colors. You want to make sure you're at the Custom tab. Once you click on the Custom tab, you'll see there's a hex color. Now, you can go ahead and copy that hex color by right-clicking and doing a Control C or right-clicking and copying. And we're going to go ahead and we're just going to cancel out of this. And we're going to make sure we have the appropriate hex color to any other text. Now, in order to do that, we are going to go ahead and highlight the next text in number 2. We're going to right click it, highlight it, go back to that font color and go to more colors. But as you can see, the recent colors start popping up. So we're going to go to more colors, go to custom, and you want to go ahead and you can do a Control V, copy and paste, and there you go. Users with visual impairments often pull up a list of all links on a page to navigate quickly. If the text link says click here or read more multiple times in the list, it becomes useless and it adds no description. So we want to make sure that we copy and paste and highlight text to display, and we're going to go and add a URL link. You can change your text to display at any time by right-clicking on the text and choosing links. We don't want to add something like read here, click there. We're going to paste the URL in the address field. Once we do that, we're going to click OK. Now we've just added valuable text to our link. If you go up top to the Insert tab, we have something called links. And this is really cool. It just shows like previous items. So if we need to insert links that way, it's just easier to do so. Microsoft 365 has accessibility tools that are already built in for those who need it. Let's take a look at what that looks like. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the Home tab on the top of the screen. Once we go to the Home tab, we're going to go ahead and click on
a tool in the ribbon called Dictate. Let's click on Dictate. Hi, everybody. I wanted to add this in and show you for anybody who's had, for example, a broken wrist or a sprained or a jammed finger, and it's just easier for you to go ahead and write your notes. Dictate is a great tool to be used. Thank you. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on the stop button, and that just pauses the dictation.
We just highlighted some text. We're going to go to the View tab and click on Immersive Reader. Immersive Reader is just really, it's a focused reading and editing experience that lets you adjust text size, spacing, and more. You can also listen to your text and read out loud. There's a couple different items that we can click on. We have column width, we have page color. You can choose from multiple colors.
And text spacing. We have syllabus. But let's go ahead and see what the Read Out Loud feature sounds like by clicking it.
Hi, everybody. I wanted to add this in and show you for anybody who's had, for example, a broken wrist or a sprained or a jammed finger. And it's just easier for you to go ahead and write your notes. Dictate is a great tool to be used. Thank you.
These basic tools that are built in for Dictate and Immersive Reader both are crucial, and Immersive Reader aids users with dyslexia by allowing them to change the font spacing, color, and break words into syllabuses, which improve word recognition and decrease visual crowding. Immersive focus and reading comprehension features like line focus allow users to highlight only 1, 3, or 5 lines at a time, keeping readers with ADHD or learning disabilities focused on the text. The Read Out Loud feature reads text simultaneously with highlighting, which is assisting individuals with visual impairments or reading disabilities to follow along. And Dictate enables users with physical disability to write, edit, and create documents using voice commands, fostering independence.
Has a built-in checker. Let's take a look and see what it looks like. Let's go ahead and go to the Review tab at the top of the screen. Click on Check Accessibility. Once you do that, the Accessibility Assistant pane will be on the right hand of your screen. If you look right now, it says looks good, no issues found, and a check mark. That's all the hard work that we just completed with the heading, the font, the size, the color, and the alt text assistant by providing text to images. Now, the last thing we're going to do is share this document. It's really quite easy. We're going to go ahead to the top of the screen and we're going to click Share. Once you do that, you have the option of saving to your OneDrive, which is your personal drive with the at rochester.k12.mi.us. You can save it as a Word doc, as an attachment, or you can set it as a PDF. Because we're collaborating with another colleague, you want to make sure you use the same platform, Microsoft Word to Microsoft Word. If you want to set it as an attachment, you can do so too by clicking on the PDF. Once you do that, we're going to see what that looks like by going ahead and pulling up our email. And there's our document right there, ready to
Microsoft 365 built-in accessibility features like screen reader support, dictations, and design tools that help create inclusive content. Microsoft Word scans your content for issues like missing alt text, poor color contrast, or unclear structure. It provides clear suggestions to fix problems before sharing your files. Using it helps prevent barriers for users with disabilities and improves the clarity and professionalism of your content.